Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and today we're gonna combine this with this. So this is my track Takeshi from my new album, Beat Tape. Dustin Drew... Say the name of your album, Andrew. Dustin Dewdrop, streaming everywhere now. Thanks everyone who's listened so far. A lot of people have said that this is a standout track for them, and it also developed in a pretty interesting way where I started just trying to make a basic lo-fi beat and then ended up orchestrating all of this stuff to go on top of it. So I thought I'd do a little track breakdown. Started off pretty easy. We've got this sample. This is actually a modern jazz recording, but of course I put it through RC20, get it all vinyl sounding. The sample's from TrackLib actually, who sponsored the last 4 producers, and they're not sponsoring this video, but I just like the service and I am actually using it. And I am paying TrackLib the $50 to license this sample because it's cool that you can sample stuff so easily and legally. I promise, I'm just happy about this. I'm not trying to like sneakily sponsor. I'm using the thing. Drums are pretty basic. That's 1 kick and 3 layered rim shots just to tastefully dial in that little flam. One fun thing actually is I played the hi-hat with a cucumber. I added in this little palm muted guitar line. There's 2 layers of that panned left and right, and when I was mixing this, I found it needed to poke through a little bit more, so I doubled those tracks and then pitched the doubles up an octave. There are also some moments where I automate the gain and reverb on this guitar part to create these kind of transitions, and it almost sounds like more of a synth at those parts. Yeah, I think I had my preamp cranked pretty high, so the guitar is a little bit noisy, which is fine for lo-fi, and cranking the OTT on the reverb send brings out not only that noise, but of course all of the reverb tails. And then we have a single note from the Arturia Polybrute that I tried playing a few different things, and ultimately I just took this one note and looped it, and it adds this nice little bit of extra atmosphere for the chorus section. It's clicking away there. I don't even care. I did not smooth those transitions because there's so much vinyl crackle all over this track already. So here's what everything sounds like together so far. And that's a new, different section of the sample that I'm using as a B section. So after this section wraps up is where things started to take a weird left turn because I wanted to have a chill kind of return to the original part of the sample, and I filtered it quite heavily. So that's slowly building back in, and I was wanting to add a bit of atmosphere and texture to it, so I tried some ocean waves. That didn't quite give me the vibe I wanted. Then a sample of some traffic seemed to work nicely. This is from Freesound. Apparently that's Staten Island. But I still wanted a little more atmosphere there, and the thing I've been reaching for lately for this type of job is the Chase Bliss Mood. Love this pedal. Kind of want a second one so I can do stuff in stereo. That is the one drawback of running stuff through pedals, is that a lot of them tend to be in mono, but it's got like delays in it, pitch shifting, time stretching, reverb. You can reverse sounds. It's just great for texture. So I ran the sample through it, tweaked the knobs a bunch, and came up with this little section that I really like. I'm also filtering this a bit, and I've got wider on it because it's mono and I wanted it a bit more stereo. But do you hear in the middle of this, it starts to sound like strings, like a string section playing really quietly. And that just came from the sample being manipulated a bunch, and it sounds like it's pitch shifted up. So it started giving me this vibe. I'll play it with the sample here. It started giving me this vibe of an orchestra starting to creep in over top of this section. So then I was like, okay, I like that vibe. Let's explore that. And I pulled out this plugin Landforms, which is just full of these kinds of expressive little fluttery bits of orchestral playing. Really fun plugin. Here's what I came up with on that. Now I had this fading in on top of the beat, and I liked it, but it felt like it was building and it just wasn't satisfying to leave it with that. It needed to go another level up. So I wrote some string parts, hired some string players. Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, I studied classically, so I really appreciate this stuff, but I just have gone so far down these like pop, electronic, hip hop rabbit holes that I really don't exercise my writing muscles with classical. And I really enjoy when I get to do something like this. I need to do more. So once I had that, I felt like I was 95% of the way there. I felt so happy with how this developed. Like the track really builds from something so lo-fi to something like epic and majestic. And I just needed to hammer that home with some timpani, which I didn't get real timpani. I built this out of samples, but I think it sounds pretty nice. Boom, boom, bam. And I think I've talked now about literally every part of this track other than, as usual, right at the end of every track breakdown, I mention the ear candy, which in this case was just a couple little tiny noise hits. Obviously going to Valhalla vintage verb there. This is my new thing that I'm into, is really soft white noise, which is all the frequencies. It's hard for it not to be like... So what did I even do here? I think it was obviously mixed very quietly, filtered out tons of the lows. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. Turn it really far down and remove all of the lows. But yeah, I've been liking this. I mean, I feel like this is a move that's more typically used in pop music, where you just like have these white noise impacts and they're a little more forward. But having this as just a light little sprinkle when a new section comes in can be so effective on more mellow tracks like this. Here, let's hear it come in. Yeah, it's just like, the chorus comes in and you need someone to release a little gas valve. It's funny how that image is so not fitting with what you want to associate with a beautiful piece of music. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Let me know your thoughts. Obviously, I would love for you to stream. The new album is called Dust and Drew Drops. I want to keep saying. What is happening to me? I hope that you will stream my new album, Dust and Dew Drops. Now streaming. It is my new album on streaming services now.